All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, everyone can see my screen? Can, right? Okay. All right. So, as Julia mentioned earlier in the invitation, I'm going to talk about hypertension, vascular disease. Okay. So, vascular disease are all blood vessel diseases. All right. So, I think before I proceed on, I'll introduce myself, my background. All right. So, I'm trained in advanced life support paramedic, right, from a Justice Institute of British Columbia, Paramedic Academy, Canada. I'm also a nurse, nursing trained. I'm also obstetric and pediatric care trained, so I can deliver babies. Okay, I'm also a lecturer. I'm currently a lecturer in health science in Singapore, in local institution. Previously, I was a instructor, trainer for all the emergency ambulances paramedic. Right. So now, currently, I'm doing all the COVID-19 swab training. Okay, swabber. So those people going to go forward and then test people for swab COVID-19. So I'm training them now how to take the swab. Okay. All right. So without further ado, all right. So let's talk about vascular disease. All right. So vascular disease is a condition, right, about the arteries. Right. So artery, the blood vessel, is very, very important to our body because from the blood vessel, this is where all the nutrition that we take, right, all the vitamins that we take, the minerals will be traveled throughout our body to be delivered to all our various organs and tissue, right? So if our blood vessel is not good, right, it's not healthy, then there's going to be problem for the minerals, all the vitamins, nutrition to be delivered to the rest of our body. Right? So understand that, huh? All right. So blood, right? So our blood contains all this, our plasma, our white blood cells, which involved with our immune system, all circulated through the blood vessel, right? So if your blood vessel got problem, then all the nutrition that you take will not be able to be distributed to the rest of the body, right? And if you contacted any diseases, it will also be a problem for your white blood cells, okay, to also be to fight. Okay, so let's say you got a blood vessel problem. Now we call it a vascular dysfunction. So it is a start. It's a start for you to have all these diseases. Okay, if your blood vessel is damaged, then you might have sleep apnea, hypertension. Portal hypertension is about your liver hypertension. Raynaud disease is about is a blood vessel disease, right? If it happens on your fingers, okay, your toes, and all that, you become white and you feel numb. You got no sensation. So if got blood vessel disease also related to diabetes. You see that renal failure, diabetic foot, stroke, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, every one whole list. So from here you can see how important is our blood vessel. Okay, right. So blood vessel is part of the circulatory system. So you see from the heart over here, from the heart pump, all the red color are all the blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood. Blood vessel that carry blood that contains oxygen. After it's been used by the organs and by tissue in the body, then it will return back to the heart, denoted here in a blue color. Okay, so from the heart pump, go to the rest of the body, and it returns back to the heart. It also goes to the brain, to the head, and then goes back to the heart. Right. So it not only superficially delivers to your skin, your muscle. So it delivers everything to your organ. So you look here, it delivers to your lung, delivers even the heart. The heart pump out blood, but the heart muscle itself requires a good blood supply, and it requires a good artery in order for the blood to be delivered to the heart muscle, right? In order to prevent you from having a heart attack. And it goes down right? Further down to your stomach, to your liver, to your intestine, to your kidney, right? And then it goes back. It goes round and round and round. So your blood vessel is affected. All these organs in your body will also be affected. Right? So let's say to the brain. Right? Not only to the body, it goes up to the brain. So this is where Alzheimer disease will start, dementia will start, stroke will start, right? If the blood vessel is very weak. All right, so this is a circulation, a picture of circulation inside the in the brain there. All right, so we take a look at the circulation in the heart. All right, so this is the coronary artery. So when a person has got a heart attack, heart disease, right? So this is the artery that is affected. Then they start doing stent, right? Or do bypass. So these are the areas we need to take care of. And how can we take care of it? You look at this picture over here, plaque. Plaque builds up, okay? Plaque builds up in the artery walls, the inner walls of the artery. And the artery is supposed to be flexible. Okay, it's supposed to be elastic. It can dilate, it can constrict, make bigger and smaller depending whether the heart need more blood or not. Okay, so it can become smaller and it become bigger. When it's big, it allows more blood to the heart muscle, so the heart muscle is able to pump better. All right. So, all right. So my next slide, right? Viewers' discretion is advised. If you cannot see, just close your eyes, okay? So over here, before I go there, so you see here fats, right? All this plaque builds up. Plaque builds up because all the bad cholesterol builds up down there. It becomes hardened. All right, so from here you can see a normal heart picture and a non-healthy heart picture. These are fats, right? Fats. Do you know what color is a fats or not? Okay, it's yellow in color, right? Fat, but how yellow is it? So I went to a post-mortem to to a coroner where they do a post-mortem. So I seen how they did post-mortem and I seen how fat actually looks like. Okay, so the fat is actually really yellow, right? So this is a healthy heart, this is the bad heart. So my talk will subsequently, right, is related to my earlier talk, which talks about oxidation, which talks about inflammation. Okay, so this is a continuation actually. So this is really, you look at all those fats, okay, fill up surrounding the heart. So this is just the heart. So if you were to really open up a body of a fat person and you cut it open, the amount of fats that come out is really, really terrible. And the floor becomes slippery because of all these fats. Okay, yeah, no need to show too long. All right, so if the blood vessel got problem, okay, it affects the lower part of the body, then you're going to have a peripheral arterial disease. So peripheral is basically means away from the center of the body. The center is away the heart. All right, so away can be your hand, can be your legs, right? So this is what happened usually when a person who got hypertension, right? Because all these fats build up over here, they got hypertension, and then they sit inside the aeroplane too long, they never move, they just sit down, sedentary lifestyle. So a clot might form up over here, okay? All this get narrowed, and then a clot might form up. In a normal artery, it's supposed to be really clear over here on the left side, right? So you will feel pain over at the area where there's clotted, or the blood flow is impeded, not enough blood flow over there. So sometimes when you walk around and then you see that my leg is painful. Those people above 50 years old, sometimes you feel your leg is painful. Sometimes nowadays, even 40s, mid-30s, you can see an overweight, obese person start limping and limping, right? So these are all related to blood vessel diseases, okay, without them knowing. And then I can guarantee you these people will have hypertension, okay? So hypertension is an early sign of blood vessel disease, right? So because your blood vessel become all so narrowed, it builds up the pressure. So that's why the blood pressure goes up. Okay, because there's not much space for the blood to move around, because it's all clotted up down there. Okay, unlike the over here on the left side, this picture. Okay, you see the blood vessel, the lumen here is so clear, blood can move so easily. Okay, all right, so this is another picture. So this is a picture of atherosclerotic artery, okay, over at the leg. All right, so this is one example. All right, so this is deep vein thrombosis. This is much more deeper inside, okay, deeper inside your vein, a deep vein. All right, so this what happened is that, all right, so blood clot will form up here, and then sometimes this blood clot will get dislodged, okay, will get broken up from the main clot here, and then it start moving. All right, so this embolus, we call the blood clot which is dislodged is embolus. So it start traveling and traveling, and then sometimes it get clotted, it got jammed at your in the blood vessel in your brain. So once it got jammed in the blood vessel in your brain, what happened? That's where stroke will sets in. Okay, so stroke, there's two types of stroke. If the stroke is because of blood clot, all right, not so bad. All right, you take blood thinning, you take salt. You take a lot of salt. Salt will help to thin the blood. All right, and then the doctor will definitely give you blood thinning drugs lah. But if your blood vessel is weak and you got blockage down there, the blood vessel might just crack. And the blood vessel crack, that's where you're going to get bleeding inside your brain. And this is what we call a hemorrhagic stroke. Okay. All right, so this is one example of a picture. You see that on this side over here, all right, it's swelling. The other side looks normal. And when it swells, right, if you look properly, it's a bit shiny sometimes. All right, so all this happened because the blood got jammed out there. So the blood goes out from the blood vessel, all right, so all the plasma goes out from the blood vessel, and then it goes in between the tissue spaces. All right, it leaks out into the tissue spaces and it swells the leg. Okay. So another thing is varicose vein. So these are all a condition that causes the blood or due to the weak blood vessel. Okay, so it's very common among elderly person. All right, so I mentioned here. Common condition caused by weak or damaged blood vessel. All right, and the varicose vein may form whenever blood pressure also increases inside your vein. Right, this can happen because pregnancy, constipation, tumor, overweight, obesity, and of course hypertension. So hemorrhoid, hemorrhoid is one example of varicose vein, but it doesn't occur in the leg, but it happened in somewhere which we don't like it to be, okay, at the rectum, all right. And then there's also, it can also happen at the testicle for male, so be careful, we must take care. So it can get swell over there. We don't want that to happen, okay. So it can happen also at the esophagus, stomach or liver. Esophagus is where you're going to swallow your food, okay, over at your throat. So all this can happen if you do not take care of your blood vessel. I'll explain later how by taking rain product, our blood vessel will be taken care of. All right, so this was just one picture of some picture of a varicose vein. So this varicose vein, it may burst, right? It may burst and it may bleed inside. It may bleed inside, and you can have a blue-black, okay, all swelling and blue-black bruises over here, okay, where it bursts. I've seen one, all right, it's actually this person, he walked and then he knocked against the table or something, hit against the varicose vein, and the blood spurted out, wow, flow, so much blood, okay, a pool of blood on the floor, just because of the varicose vein burst, okay, it burst. Right. So diabetes also Diabetes and high blood pressure, right? Right, it's like buddy lah. They goes hand in hand. A person who got hypertension, all right, may get diabetes, or diabetes may be caused by hypertension, and then hypertension may be caused by diabetes as well. Okay, because the problem with diabetic, right? How diabetic? So diabetic will also cause damage to blood vessel, because sugar is very corrosive when it comes to when it travels, when it stays too long inside your blood vessel. So sugar in the blood vessel is supposed to be used up, right? So it can cause, the slide here mentioned, high blood sugar can damage blood vessel all over the body. It can cause diabetic eye disease. It can cause heart attack, because it may damage the artery at your heart, the artery around your kidney, all right? And then a lot of things, okay, as long as it is related to the heart, right? So PAD here means peripheral artery disease lah. All the blood vessel that is the arteries away from the center, your leg, your hand, all that. All right. So high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, overweight, high fat, high cholesterol food, and never take good cholesterol, never take good oil, always bad oil, plus smoking also, and never take antioxidant. Yeah, this is actually a time bomb. All right, so let me go through the structure of the artery. Okay, so this picture, you can see this artery, right? This part here is called the endothelium. Okay, over here, the endothelium. All right, the inside wall is called the endothelium. And then over here, the external elastic membrane. So the blood vessel is supposed to be very elastic. So what happened is, if fats get accumulated over at the endothelium, the endothelium will not be able to be elastic, right? It tries to be elastic, but it can't, because the fat, it got hardened down there. Okay, so it is very important that we take care of this endothelium. And what can we take in order for the endothelium to be smooth and be taken care of? Remember my previous talk, I mentioned about oxidation, I talked about inflammation, right? So when oxidation occurs and you never take enough antioxidant, what will happen? What will happen is that your endothelium walls, right? It's all made up of tissues, right? So when oxidation occurs, free radicals start going over there, it start to damage all our endothelium. Okay, it start to damage, right? And then lipid will get damaged. All the lipids down there will get oxidized, and it gets hardened. Okay, so it damaged once. What happened is that free radicals will take up one electron from your tissue and then start to damage it, right? Because we never take enough antioxidant to balance it up, right? So once it got damaged, then it will affect, it goes deeper and deeper, and all this elastic area, right, will no longer be elastic. Okay, I hope you're following me. All right, so that's how oxidation plays a part, okay, and can damage our arterial wall. Okay, this arterial wall is not only in your heart, but we have artery all over the body. Remember my first few slides, we have artery, right? As long as the blood vessel pump out from the heart that carries oxygen, okay, before it's been used by the cells, before it's been used by the organs, that is called an artery, okay? And it's very important. It needs to be flexible, because our heart need to pump, okay? So what happened is that, yeah, oxidation takes place. So that's why we need to take a lot of antioxidant. All right, so this is one example. All right, this is a healthy artery on the top left-hand corner up here. Okay, and then what happened? Oxidation takes place, or then you take too much fats, bad fats. All right, and then what happened? It tears in the arterial wall. and our red blood cells, our platelet will start to repair. Okay, it will start to repair. Once it start to repair, and then if oxidation takes place during the process of repair, then it get hardened, plus all the fats start accumulating over here. All right, sooner as time goes by, it becomes the picture over here on the bottom left. All right, you see it gets narrowed, right? The hole, the lumen, the hole here we call the lumen, get narrowed because fatty deposit build up there. After it narrowed, after that it got blocked. Okay, once it got blocked, that artery that's supplying the organ which is supposed to supply blood to that organ will be affected. If it's supposed to supply blood to your kidney will be affected. You're going to get kidney disease. If it's supposed to supply blood to your liver, then you're going to get liver disease. Okay, heart even problem, right? Then if it got blocked over at your brain, that's where your Alzheimer starts to kick in, because certain part of the brain have a different function. One is for memory, one for your motor coordination, your hand to move, all right, for you to think, do your maths, all right. So yeah, so that part which is blocked, yeah, you can no longer function and you start losing your memory. Okay, so that's how important your blood vessel is. All right. Okay, so this is a stent, example of a stent. Usually when people have a heart attack, right? The artery got blocked over at the coronary artery of their heart. So they're going to put this kind of wire mesh, try to dilate the blood vessel. Okay, so the blood will flow better in the area. But if they never take care of what they eat, then this stent will still be accumulated with fats again. No point. So this is a picture of artery, coronary artery, which is totally choked. Okay, you see that, right? So if you got hypertension, doctor will give you many type of drugs. Okay, one example of the drug is beta blocker. So beta blocker, what it does is supposed to decrease the heart rate, slow down your heart rate, and so that your cardiac output, the amount of blood which is pumped out, also become lesser. So following that, your blood pressure will be lower. Okay, but it has the bad thing about it, right? If your heart, you become excited, you want to do something, right? You need to work on something. You need to move faster. When you need to move faster, you want to do some things. Your heart supposed to beat faster, right? In order to compensate the energy that you're going to use. But because if you are taking this drug, then your heart is not able to pump faster. It just pumps slow. Forever relax only your heart, right? Your heart is not able to execute and react to your body's need. Okay, and then they'll give you, if one doesn't work, then doctor will give you another one, calcium channel blocker. All right, so all this also has got its side effect. All right, if cannot, yeah, so this is the side effect. All right, so it makes your heart squeezing ability drop. Okay, so the side effect, your blood pressure. Okay, so the effect is, yeah, your blood pressure goes down. Yeah, that's the intent of this drug. Then you're going to have all your leg, all that will be swelling as well. Okay, you're going to have stomach discomfort, all that. All right, so doctor says that, yeah, the only way that you can change this is your diet. All right, you need to exercise, and you need to take this drug like forever in your life. All right, so next one is angiotensin converting enzyme. So this drug, what it does is that, okay, it will, this is quite a long-winded, so from angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. So what happened is that this angiotensin converting enzyme, it will stop the, it will make your, this hormone, the angiotensin 2, stop it from making your blood, stop it from constricting. It makes your blood vessel, it prevents your blood vessel from constricting, from getting smaller. Okay, so this drug, this angiotensin converting enzyme drug will stop this hormone angiotensin 2 from making your blood vessel become constricted. So the angiotensin 2, your blood vessel will just remain bigger, right? You just stop it, so it just remain bigger. It cannot constrict. Okay, so it will make your blood pressure goes down because your blood vessel become bigger. Okay, then again, the side effect of this angiotensin converting enzyme drugs, you make people cough. Okay, the patient will cough, and sometimes they also get swollen leg. The leg gets swollen because why? The blood vessel gets bigger. Okay, so the heart is already so weak. They want to pump enough blood to go back to the heart. Some people, they don't have that energy. The heart don't have that energy to pump back to the heart. So the water just pool over at the leg, right? Because this drug makes the blood vessel over at the leg all that bigger. Okay. But then I read one paper that mentioned, one research that mentioned that thymoquinone, black cumin seed, right? It has the same effect of this angiotensin converting enzyme, these ACE inhibitors, but it does not make the leg swell. Okay, that's good. All right, it allows the blood vessel. It allows the blood. It stops this angiotensin 2 from taking effect. All right, it's got the same property. All right, thymoquinone from black cumin seed, but it does not cause people to cough, and it does not make your leg swollen. I think that is proven. We have so many testimony that when people got swelling leg, heart problem, swelling leg, but when they take black cumin seed, what happened? The leg swelling all disappear. Okay, and these people got heart problem, and it's proven. Okay. Then doctor will give also diuretics. All right, these are water pill. Make them urine and urine and urine. Okay, right. And then so this diuretic, there are many type diuretic This make people urine. The thiazide, loop, potassium sparing, the diuretics, all that. So it depends. If one drug cannot work, it give another drug to make the another works, right? And then cannot, it give another one. If cannot, all three the doctor will give. Okay. So the doctor intent is to make sure that the amount of water in the body for those people that having water retention, right, will lose the water by urinating. Okay, so how it does that is that some of it, right, it control the sodium in your body. So it will release the sodium, right, at your kidney, so that the principle is where sodium goes, water will follow. So when it secrete out sodium from your body, water will follow, right? So when you urine over at the kidney there, then urine will also follow, water will follow, and then you get to secrete out. All right, but you're going to lose potassium. Some of the drugs, this diuretic, will lose potassium from your body. So you need to take something with potassium after that. All right, so these are some of the drugs name that the doctor will give. Okay, so some of the serious side effect of the diuretic is allergic reaction, kidney failure. So that's quite worrying because the drug will act on the kidney, force the kidney to throw away salt. Hopefully that the water will follow. All right, so these are research paper from PubMed and CBI. All right, so Nagila sativa can protect. All right, so it can protect us from oxidative stress, and then which leads to hypertension. Okay, so how does it do that? Is that this which one is not this one? All right. So I've read that Nagila sativa is able to protect the lumen of your blood vessel. Okay. All right, so they mention over here Nagila sativa, and then with the endothelial dysfunction in diabetic review so that these people having a diabetic in scientific they call it diabetic mellitus All right, so Nagila sativa, people with diabetic, right, if they take Nagila sativa, it will protect their endothelial. Remember, the inner wall of your blood vessel. Okay, so it helps those people diabetic where the blood is so corrosive and is going to damage your blood vessel, Nagila sativa will help with the wall of your blood vessel, all right, to prevent it from getting damage. Okay, so not only Nagila sativa, so red raspberry inside our soul red, right? All right, so the endothelium is among the tissue most vulnerable to oxidative stress and its consequences. So endothelial dysfunction and its role in blood pressure, all right, dysregulation and atherosclerosis development has earned its place as an emerging risk factor for cardiovascular disease and focused research for regulatory claim. Okay, so and then red raspberry. This paper is very long lah. So this paper research on how red raspberry affect in cardiovascular risk. Okay, how it helps with maintaining the endothelium equilibrium and its function. Right, it keeps the endothelial wall very healthy. Right. So recap again. So where's the endothelial wall? The inside wall here. All right. So it keeps it healthy, and then it makes sure that all these elastic muscle membrane are all these able to function. Okay. So this is what basically this picture shows. A red raspberry, all right, it's also an antioxidant, right? So together also, even black cumin seed also same thing. It's anti-inflammatory. Okay. So what happened is that, all right, your insulin, right? It improves your insulin sensitivity because people with diabetes, what will happen is that when their cells it doesn't react to insulin so much. Okay, they call it insulin resistant. Okay, so by taking red raspberry, it can improve the insulin sensitivity. So the sugar, the glucose is able to go into the cells, all right, because it increases the insulin sensitivity. And it reduces the endothelial dysfunction. So your endothelium will get healthier. It reduces hypertension. It reduces thrombosis. Thrombosis is blood clot. Okay. All right. It reduces the metabolism syndrome. These are diabetes lah. All these are all metabolic syndrome. Okay. So at the end of the day, basically, if you take care of your blood vessel, what happens? It will take care of your heart. Right? And it will also take care of your brain because there's proper blood supply with all the nutrients, vitamins that it carries can goes to the brain. All right, so same thing also, Nagila sativa. You can see that everyone knows it got all kind of properties that can help you, right? Anti-cancer, anti-diabetic. It protects your nerve, your neuro. Immune system stimulant, anti-inflammatory, and analgesic, reduce pain, protect your lung, protect your liver, protect your kidney, protect your intestine, antioxidant, antimicrobial, it's also antivirus, okay, it's antifungus, right? There's so many things. Right, so in summary, right, so vascular disease and diabetes can cause vascular disease can cause diabetes, right? And diabetes can affect your kidney. Vascular disease can affect stroke, loss of vision because of the blood vessel around your eye got affected, cause kidney problem, blood vessel, the blood cannot supply any nutrients to your bone, you got bone problem, sexual problem also, right? You imagine, why does Viagra do what? Right, Viagra is supposed to dilate the blood vessels. Science, yeah, we are talking about science here. Let's not be embarrassed. All right, Viagra. The first time they created Viagra is to treat hypertension. Okay, but after that they realized, hey, it can do more than that. All right, so the market for the other side is more than the hypertension. Yeah, so after that, it's been misused lah. All right, Viagra. So if you take care of your blood vessel, yeah, men, how many men down here? Don't worry, okay? You will be very strong, right? Okay, and heart disease, right? Blood vessel, take care of your blood vessel. yeah, your heart will be okay, will be healthy. You can pump 150, 200 beats per minute, no problem. Okay, so over at the brain, it prevents stroke, and then yeah, antidepressant, anti-anxiety, right? All the good nutrition goes to your brain, all the happy hormones from your guts, right? Your serotonin, you take care of your guts, right? So the good bacteria, you take pure, right? You take pure over at your gut, what will happen? Right? It will kill all the bad bacteria, the good bacteria take over, right? Toxic will be lesser when it goes to your liver. Once at the liver don't need to work so hard, okay, if you take pure, right? So over at the liver, once you start taking core, it will help to do all the phase 1, the phase 2 of breaking down all the toxic, right? And then it will be eliminated through the kidney. All right, so by taking pure, it cleanse your liver. It also by taking core, it will cleanse your liver. In fact, core will also help to cleanse your bowel. I'm sure if you take core regularly, your bowel got no problem when you go toilet, right? Okay, so after that, what else? So you take soul. I never put soul rate picture here. I should put soul rate picture next time. All right. So after that, what? You take soul rate. You take soul. We got D-ribose down there. D-ribose, very excellent. All right. Immediate energy for your cells, for your mitochondria inside your cells, right? You need your cells, mitochondria, to produce enough energy. Not only for energy, because energy also is required to do what? Repair. Okay. So D-ribose is so important. All right. Of course, BAN. Yeah, BAN. It's also a super anti-inflammatory down there. And our BAN has got what? It has got, I forgot. Why is it? Yeah, glucosamine, right? Glucosamine for your bones, for your joint, right? To repair all the joints. So our product is complete. Got some more, right? We got one more for the brain, the bright, right? Yeah, so we can take bright so that our memory, our brain function, that is the food for the brain, okay, can be so much better. So we don't get Alzheimer disease. We can live until what, 90 plus 100, and we can still become like Mahathir in Malaysia, like that, still can think, right? Prime Minister there. Okay, so by the end of the day, it's not just food lah. So you cannot just take core, soul, everything, but you never take care of other things. Okay, you still need to, for example, right, get up early, morning sun, breathe in fresh air. Don't until all the buses, all the car, all the smoke, fill up all the air, then you start going out and then start breathing all this, right? Wake up early, fresh oxygen. Do some exercise. Those people cannot do exercise so long, never mind. Start off with 10-minute walk. 1 week, 10 minutes walk, 3 times a week. The next time your heart gets stronger a little bit, then you do, let's say, additional 15 minutes, 3 times a week. And then increase and increase. Okay? Then after that, you can start running. Drink enough water, because water is a medium for you to get rid of all the toxic as well. Okay, for your body to hydrolysis all that, to break down fats, you need water. All right, make sure you get enough sleep. All right, so sleep, during sleeping is what? Is where our body will do all the repair. Okay, our body rests. Eat healthy. Okay, so eat healthy. Maybe one day we can get a nutritionist to talk more about eating healthy lah. All right. So I don't think I have any much things to say. I hope everyone understand the importance of our blood vessel. Okay, so the toxicity, oxidation, inflammation, all this will affect your blood vessel. Okay, all right. So before, in order to prevent the blood vessel, before that, what we take care of, we eat our pure, we take care of our liver. All right. Because once it goes to the liver, process, then all the nutrition will start to be delivered to the rest of the body. Okay, whatever thing that we eat. All right. Okay, see whether I got some more slides. Yeah, that's all, folks. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you so much. Go back to you, Julia.
Hi, thank you. Yeah.
So I hope I never take too long.
No. That's good. That's good. So
Okay.
you ask me when, which product to do. I say we need all the product.
Yeah.
Has a basic every of the products that everyone it has its function for every part of the body. Right now. So you need pure,
Yes.
you need
Correct.
sore, yeah, core, band, right. Just one a day. You're thinking that wow, so many, how am I going to compete? Wait, at least one a day, at least one core, one sore, one band, yeah, pure, at least one, bright.
Yes.
So just five. Add on five more, into your diet. Then can you live up to 120 years old? It's no problem. The only problem that make sure we have enough money to live that 120 years old. Right? Yeah. So to be a longevity, we have all the products here already. Make sure they have enough money already. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
business.
Hey, what are
absolutely.
the more to say?
The business. Yes.